Animals can display a wide range of behaviors, including aggression, dominance, and territoriality. However, some species have evolved to prioritize peace and harmony in their interactions with each other, even during mating season. These peaceful animals have unique ways of communicating and interacting with their mates that involve minimal aggression or conflict. One such animal is the capybara, a social rodent native to South America. In today's video, we will explore some of the most peaceful animals in the animal kingdom. Without further ado, let's get started. Panda mating. Giant pandas have a unique mating system that involves females being in estrus for only 24 to 72 hours per year. During this time, males will compete for the opportunity to mate with females. Mating can be a tricky process, as pandas are solitary animals that do not often come into contact with each other in the wild. Therefore, breeding programs in captivity have been crucial for the survival of the species. Once a male panda is able to successfully mate with a female, the pregnancy lasts for around 3 to 5 months. Pandas give birth to 1 or 2 cubs, but it is rare for both to survive. Female pandas are known for their excellent mothering skills, but in the wild, mothers will often only raise 1 cub at a time. Despite their popularity and iconic status, giant pandas are considered a vulnerable species due to habitat loss and low reproductive rates. Capybara mating. Often found relaxing on the beach alongside caimans or even hitching a ride on the back of an alligator, it seems like capybaras are friends with just about every animal they encounter. When it comes to mating, capybaras have a unique system in which females establish dominance over males. During the breeding season, females will fight amongst themselves to determine which one will mate with the dominant male. The dominant female will then mate with the dominant male, and other females may also mate with him if they get the chance. Interestingly, capybaras also engage in communal nursing, which means that mothers will allow other females to nurse their young alongside their own offspring. This behavior helps to ensure the survival of their young and reinforces the social bonds between the animals in the group. Their babies are born fully developed and are able to walk and swim within hours of being born. Penguin mating. Emperor penguins have a unique and fascinating mating ritual. Every year during the Antarctic winter, these penguins gather in large groups to mate and lay their eggs. The mating ritual of emperor penguins begins with the male penguins calling out to attract the attention of the females. Once a male has successfully attracted a female, the pair will perform a series of courtship displays. These displays help to establish the bonds between the male and female and ensure that they are a good match. After the courtship displays, the female emperor penguin will lay a single egg and transfer it to the male, who will keep it warm by holding it on his feet and covering it with his brood pouch. While the male is incubating the egg, the female will leave to find food and return several weeks later to relieve the male and take over the incubation duties. Blue-footed boobies. The blue-footed booby is a species of bird that is known for its unique courtship ritual. Male blue-footed boobies perform their famous courtship ritual. The male's bright blue feet are a key component of this ritual, and they help attract a mate. The brighter the blue feet of the male, the more attractive he is to females. This is because the brightness of the blue indicates the health and quality of the male. During the mating ritual, the male will also present the female with a gift, usually a stick or some other small item. The female will then decide whether to accept the gift or not. If impressed, the female will respond by lifting up her own feet and showing them off to the male. This back and forth display continues until the female chooses a male to mate with. If the male is successful in impressing the female, they will mate and produce offspring. Flamingo mating. Flamingo mating behavior is a beautiful and unique spectacle to witness. Male flamingos gather together in groups known as flamboyants and perform synchronized displays to attract females. The displays involve elaborate movements including head flagging, wing salutes, and marching in unison. Once a male has caught the eye of a female, they begin to engage in preening each other's feathers. a behavior that helps to strengthen their bond. The male then proceeds to perform a dance where he walks around the female with his head held high and wings extended. If the female is receptive, she will call out to him, and they will stand side by side, their necks entwined. After mating, the pair will work together to build a nest out of mud and twigs, which they will use to lay and incubate their eggs. Flamingos are monogamous during the breeding season, meaning they form pairs and mate with the same partner each year. Ostrich mating. The mating rituals of ostriches are a spectacle to behold, with females being incredibly choosy in their selection of a mate. The females put the male through a rigorous test of his stamina, leading him on a chase where he must keep up with their impressive speed of 40 miles per hour. Ostriches are known for their unique and elaborate mating ritual. The male ostrich will perform a dramatic dance to attract a female mate. If the female is impressed with his performance, she will join in the dance and the two will mate. During the actual mating process, the male will mount the female and rapidly move his tail feathers up and down while making a booming sound. This helps to stimulate the female and increase the chances of fertilization. Ostriches are known for their monogamous mating habits, with a pair usually mating for life. Elephant mating. Male African elephants reach sexual maturity between the ages of 12 and 15, while females reach maturity around 10 to 12 years of age. During the mating season, which can occur at any time of year, males become more aggressive and territorial and will engage in courtship displays known as musth to attract a mate. When a female elephant is ready to mate, she will emit a high-pitched vocalization to let males know that she is receptive. The male will also display other courtship behaviors, such as extending his trunk and wrapping it around a female's trunk, or touching her hindquarters. If a female is receptive to the male's advances, she will respond by lifting her tail and allowing the male to mount her. The mating process can last anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes. After mating, the male will stay close to the female to prevent other males from mating with her. Albatross mating. The albatross mating ritual involves a beautiful dance performed by both the male and female. The dance is an important part of the courtship process as it helps to establish a bond between the pair and allows them to assess each other's fitness and capability. Once a pair has formed, they will mate for life, returning to the same breeding site each year. Albatrosses are known for their long lifespans, with some individuals living up to 60 years or more. This means they have plenty of time to perfect their dance moves and find the perfect mate. During the breeding season, both males and females will incubate the egg and take turns to forage for food. The bond between a pair of albatrosses is strong, and they will often greet each other with the same dance that they performed during their courtship, reaffirming their commitment to each other. Sandwich terns mating. Sandwich terns are seabirds that engage in a unique mating ritual involving a courtship dance. During this dance, the male will approach the female while holding a fish in his beak. He will then offer the fish to her as a symbol of his ability to provide for her and any potential offspring. If the female accepts the fish, it signals her interest in the male, and the two will proceed to mate. However, if she rejects the fish, the male will have to try again and look for another potential mate. The courtship dance is a crucial part of the mating process for sandwich terns, as it helps establish a strong bond between the male and female and ensures successful reproduction. In addition to the courtship dance, they engage in other mating behaviors, such as displaying their distinctive black crests and bills to attract potential mates. Galapagos tortoise mating. Galapagos tortoise mating is a fascinating and unique process. These giant tortoises are the largest in the world, and their mating behavior is no less impressive. During the mating season, male tortoises become highly territorial and will fight with other males for access to females. Once a male has established his dominance, he will start to search for a mate. Mating usually takes place between January and August and can last for several hours. When the male finds a receptive female, he will approach her and start to nuzzle her neck and head. The female will either accept or reject the male's advances. If she accepts him, she will stretch her head and neck out to make it easier for the male to mount her. The male will then climb onto the female's back, using his front legs to hold onto her shell. Seahorses mating. Seahorses have one of the most unique reproductive systems in the animal kingdom. The male seahorse is the one who carries and gives birth to the offspring. Yes, you heard that right. The female deposits the eggs into a pouch on the male's abdomen, where they are fertilized and develop into baby seahorses. The male carries the developing embryos for several weeks before going into labor and giving birth to hundreds, sometimes even thousands of tiny seahorses. During the actual mating process, the seahorses intertwine their tails and perform a sort of dance to transfer the eggs from the female to the male's pouch. It's a delicate process that requires precision and coordination, as the eggs must be carefully positioned within the pouch to ensure proper fertilization and development. All in all, the seahorse's reproductive system and mating behaviors are truly unique and fascinating. Jakana's mating. Jakanas are a type of bird found in wetlands and swamps in tropical regions. During mating season, male jakanas perform an elaborate courtship display to attract a female. Once a male has found a mate, he builds a floating nest in the water, where the female will lay her eggs. After the eggs are laid, the male takes over most of the responsibility for incubating and caring for the young. In fact, male jakanas are known for their exceptional parenting skills, as they will aggressively defend their chicks from predators and other males. This is quite unusual in the bird world, where it is typically the female that takes on most of the parenting duties. This is unusual in the bird world as most bird species are monogamous, meaning they mate with one partner for life. The mating and parenting behaviors of jakanas are truly unique and fascinating to observe. Koala mating. Koalas may seem cute and cuddly, but their mating behavior is anything but romantic. Female koalas have a tough time during mating season, as they are often pursued relentlessly by male koalas. These males will follow the females around and emit a loud, bellowing call to let other males know that the female is taken. But the competition doesn't stop there. Male koalas will also engage in fierce battles with each other, using their sharp claws and teeth to defend their territory and mating rights. Once a male koala wins the right to mate with a female, the actual mating process is brief and uneventful. It lasts only a few seconds and is usually initiated by the female. Interestingly, koalas have a bifurcated reproductive system, meaning that females have two separate uteri and two vaginas. This allows them to produce two different types of milk for their young, one high in protein and the other high in fat. Prairie dog mating. During the mating season, male prairie dogs will compete for the attention of females by performing a series of elaborate displays, such as jumping and chasing. Once a female chooses a mate, they will engage in a brief courtship ritual before copulation occurs. Interestingly, female prairie dogs are known to be quite promiscuous and will often mate with multiple males during the breeding season. This behavior is thought to increase genetic diversity and improve the chances of offspring survival. Prairie dogs live in social groups called coteries or clans. These groups contain one or two dominant males, a number of yearling males, and a majority of females. All of these members are related except for the dominant male, who would have been born in another territory and dispersed. They are known for their adorable appearance and distinctive vocalizations. Sloth mating. Sloths, known for their slow-moving and sleepy demeanor, have unique and interesting mating behavior. They are solitary animals, and their mating habits are no exception. They only come together for a brief period during the breeding season, which occurs once a year. During the mating season, the male will emit a loud mating call to attract a female. Once the female is ready to mate, the pair will climb down from the trees and engage in a slow and gentle mating process that can last for several hours. Unlike most other animals, sloths mate while hanging upside down from a branch. The male will use his long arms to grasp onto the female while mating. After mating, the male sloth will go back to his solitary lifestyle, and the female will carry the offspring for about 6 months before giving birth to a single baby. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.